Welcome back, my friends. The news today is that Reddit has successfully made its initial public offering. Reddit priced its IPO at $34 per share in first major social media offering. Since 2019, $34 a share values the social media company at about $6.5 billion. The company priced at the top of its expected range, which was $31 to $34 a share. Investors are closely monitoring Reddit's debut following an IPO dry spell. But before we get into all of that, I would like to thank everyone who views my videos. If you would like to support the channel, please see the link to buy me a coffee in the video description below. And please hit the like button and leave me a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Reddit, the 19-year-old website that hosts millions of online forums, priced its IPO on Wednesday at $34 a share, the top of the expected range. Reddit, RDDT, opened at $47 per share on Thursday after the social media platform priced its initial public offering at $34 per share. The stock soared roughly 60% to trade above $53 in the first minutes of trading as a public company. The company's debut on the New York Stock Exchange had been highly anticipated, given the lull in public listings over the past 2 years. Reddit is the first major social media company to go public since Pinterest, Pins, in 2019. The user-generated discussion-style platform has been around since 2005, but it gained increased recognition during the meme frenzy in 2021. At that time, retail traders on the subreddit Wall Street Bets encouraged short squeezes on shares of video game retailer GameStop, GME, theater chain AMC, and other heavily shorted stocks. The IPO is expected to gauge investors' appetite for tech-related offerings at a time when monetary policy is tight. The offering brought in $519 million according to a press release and values the company at close to $6.5 billion. Reddit had planned to price the deal at $31 to $34 a share. Reddit's public market debut on Thursday, under ticker symbol RDDT, will be the first for a major social media company since Pinterest's debut in 2019 and one of the very few venture-backed tech deals of the past 2 years. Reddit sold 15.28 million shares in the offering, while existing shareholders sold another 6.72 million. Reddit's revenue in 2023 jumped about 20% year-over-year to $804 million according to the company's S-1 filing. About 98% of sales in the third quarter of last year were generated from advertising on the platform. The company's net loss narrowed from $158.6 million as in 2022 to $90.8 million last year. In an interview with Yahoo Finance, co-founder and CEO Steve Huffman noted that the company was profitable on an adjusted EBITDA basis in the second half of last year. "I think if we can keep doing that, we're in great shape," Huffman told Yahoo Finance's Brian Sozzi ahead of the listing on Thursday morning. "We have such high margins that if we just continue to sell and be mindful about costs, this company scales in a really impressive way." The site had 500 million monthly visitors in December 2023, the S-1 filing said, and an average of 73.1 million unique daily active users during the 3 months ending in December. Reddit's filing also noted the company sees an opportunity to license its data for AI use. "On the data side, we've got almost 2 decades of human conversations about anything and everything. In an AI world where everything is increasingly written by AI, the human-generated content actually becomes more valuable over time," Huffman said on Thursday. In a nod to Redditors, the company set aside 176 million shares for sale to eligible users and moderators on the platform, with no lockup period. "The move lends itself to volatility," said headline venture partner Kamran Ansari said in a recent interview. "You may see a big run-up in the stock price and a drop," he said. "Because this has such a rabid community around it, the Reddit users, you could see Reddit itself ironically become a meme stock the way that you saw happen with like AMC and GameStop." The company is taking a haircut from its private market valuation of $10 billion in 2021 at the peak of the tech boom. Soaring inflation and rising interest rates pushed investors out of risky assets in 2022, eventually forcing startups to downsize, slash their valuations, and focus on profit over growth. On Wednesday, data center hardware company Astera Labs went public and saw its shares skyrocket 72% as investors flocked to anything involving artificial intelligence. However, the IPO market has been in an extended dry spell for more than 2 years. with Instacart, Klaviyo, and ARM Holdings among the few tech companies to hold offerings over that stretch. Reddit's core business of online advertising faces competition from industry giants like Alphabet and Meta. The company also counts Snap, X, Pinterest, Discord, Wikipedia, and Amazon's Twitch streaming service as competitors, according to its prospectus. Revenue increased 20% last year to $804 million from $606.7 million in 2022. Its net loss in 2023 was $90.8 million, marking an improvement from the $158.6 million net loss it recorded the previous year. The company has said in filings that data licensing could become a big moneymaker, and that it plans to recognize about $66.4 million in such deals in 2024. The company recently entered an expanded partnership with Google, allowing the search giant more access to Reddit data to train AI models and other tasks. Last week, Reddit said the Federal Trade Commission sent a letter to the company inquiring about its data licensing practices. It's a model that was previously used by Airbnb, Doximity, and Rivian to reward their power users and customers. An army of more than 60,000 unpaid moderators has unprecedented power over Reddit. The company's future hinges on whether they can coexist with Wall Street's expectations. For good and for ill, Reddit has long been an island of authenticity in an increasingly artificial world. If you are a certain kind of cynical, Reddit's S1 filing sets off alarm bells. There's the stockpile it's amassed of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And there's the program to give certain power users the option of buying stock before it debuts on the public market. The S1 is a document filed with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission before a company goes public. It discloses all sorts of things: revenue figures, risk factors, key data about the business. And it sends certain signals. In this case, I see some meme stock shit. I can totally imagine corporate insiders figuring, well, Reddit is the place for meme stocks, so YOLO, etc. Except here's the thing, Redditors aren't enthused about it. There are serious questions about Reddit as a business. Reddit isn't profitable. Reddit has never been profitable. Reddit's risk factors section of its IPO is longer than Twitter's and Facebook's IPO risk factors combined. I think it's pretty cool that Reddit is doing this IPO offer to their mods and users. That's because Reddit is much more vulnerable to its users than other social media sites, as various Reddit rebellions have made clear. It's Tumblr all over again, says Dan Ives, chief analyst at Wedbush Securities, who isn't buying shares. Executives look at a highly engaged community and think, there's gotta be a way to squeeze money out of this. But maybe there just isn't. Sure, Reddit's trying to diversify its revenue by selling its data to help train AI. I don't think the timing of that Google deal, just days before the S1 became public, was a coincidence. Reddit has also tried monetizing through blockchain initiatives. It sold NFTs as another revenue source. During the peak of NFT hype, some of these assets sold for millions, and now the majority of NFTs are worthless. Beyond the Bitcoin and Ethereum holdings, the value of which Reddit did not disclose in its S1, make me a little suspicious about the shares being offered to users. The community points were a gimmick. Are the shares a gimmick too? In the S1, Reddit CEO Steve Huffman is listed as a risk factor, but perhaps not properly. Huffman is critical to the management of our company and instrumental in the development of our technology and our strategic direction, and thus hard to replace, the S1 says. Lots of people think Huffman is overpaid. In the filing, Huffman is listed as making $193 million in 2023. I was surprised Huffman made so much while the company was operating at a loss. But what do you think? Please hit the like button and leave us a comment below. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Please share this video on social media. And before we end, a word from the sponsor of this video. Today's sponsor is ProWorldNet.com. ProWorldNet.com is a job website specifically dedicated to licensed professions, doctors, including any type of specialty nurses, and that includes all grades of nurses, lawyers, regardless of area of legal focus, teachers and professors, from kindergarten through graduate school, as well as any kind of job that requires a government license or certification. And ProWorldNet.com also includes short-term gig-type jobs as well. So be sure to check out ProWorldNet.com if you are looking for a job or an employee. Thank you for watching.